Hi, I'm Sarah, and my group members are Simon and Lindy, and we're group 46. An outline of what we'll be presenting today is the overview, which is looking at what's in the report, the internal analysis of the report, the external analysis of the report, the balanced score analysis, the key issues and recommendations. An overview for our Delta Signal Corporation presentation. We're looking at low cost initial, which is a pricing strategy in which a company offers a relatively low price to stimulate demand and gain market share. Delta Signal Corporation is an automotive electrical supplier based in Ohio. Brian Nielsen replaced former CEO Louis Weber. The budget for this strategy is $25 million over 8 periods, and the 3 dimensions looked at is customer, internal process, and learning and growth. Looking into the internal analysis of Delta Signal Corp, to begin, looking at the business system models, this will assist Delta Signal Corp as it will provide significant improvements to their competitive advantage. It is important to conduct a review of the business model report, as this will create a high level of value for customers. Looking at the resource base, the main focuses for Delta Signal will be focusing on production quality, reduce of distinct product, and doing so will improve the quality and allocate more capital. Delta Signal Corp had over 2,000 distinct products, which has been reduced and will improve the quality of other products and their performance and cost competitiveness, as the focus on these products will add value to those products. Cutting costs was also done by closing plants and conducting layoffs. Looking at the activity system, the main points are operations, service maintenance of purchase inputs, service enhancement and maintaining of the value of products, human resource management, hiring and training. For this, hiring and training, hiring a professional team was important. Doing so outlined what was needed to be done in the business model, and through that they implement. However, with hiring and training, prior to this, employees' training methods were not showing the outcomes needed, and to solve this, implementing ways that are more innovative to train staff and finding a way that will work to train staff. For product offering, we're looking at quality, the image of the company and relations. For quality, maintaining quality is important because this will assure customers' appreciation to the service, especially with a vehicle company. That's what it is needed, because quality for vehicles are important to a customer. The image of having a reputation with the quality and low cost will build trust with the consumers, which is important to build customer loyalty. and relations with the consumer, aiding consumers' needs will help improve.
About the external analysis, the first two topics I'll be talking about will be social cultural drivers as well as substitutes and complementaries. So the first topic, in this society currently, the environment is the main theme for all industries. So new materials and developing initiative approaches to help reduce this dependency of fossil fuels is one of the main goals in the automotive industry. The second goal is to cut down on greenhouse gas emissions from all locomotives as well as manufacturing of the materials. This would lead to the second topic, which includes the replacement of materials such as steel and iron with carbon fiber reinforced plastics for structural parts of the model car, advanced nylons in under the hood applications, and the third one is growing the use of aluminium and magnesium in front-end systems and weight reduction by replacing steel with carbon fiber reinforced plastic, magnesium, and followed with aluminium. The next topic I'll be talking about will be suppliers. So there are mainly two main materials that focus on suppliers. And the first one is the tire manufacturing as well as the iron and steel mills. So the tire manufacturing is a mature industry, and although it does have high demands due to the high rate of tire replacement cycles and from the use on the roads and from the purchase from industry retailers, there is a decrease in the number of consumers who get these replaced, therefore limiting the demand of growth. So for the future of Delta Signal, they do have to outsource a bit more, such as in China, because their local industry, tire manufacturing industry, would definitely charge them a higher rate, therefore would not be low cost. The second one would be iron and steel mills. The prices of steel, aluminium, rubber, and plastic prices have rapidly increased, which raises manufacturers' purchasing costs, affecting retail pricing. So therefore, just recommending that Delta does more resourcing outside as well. The fourth component is economic drivers. So in these past 4 years, looking at ABIS World, consumers' disposable income levels have risen, and it's most likely that consumers are likely to purchase automobiles with a short-term loan. It is expected that it will grow at the rate of 4.5% to 3 trillion over 5 years. So that's happening this year. As well as the GDP of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, and China are expected to increase as these countries are constantly expanding industry capacities, so more outsourcing. Technological drivers include new innovations such as steering avoidance, wireless charging, and Android Auto and Auto CarPlay. Some ideas that Delta could endeavour in. Buyers are three main market segments. First one is consumers, as they are positive responses from overall price reduction, cash rebates, and other incentives. Businesses usually use automobiles for transport to and from jobs, executive perks, and travel vehicles for business trips and personal businesses, whilst the government uses both consumer and business demands. They mainly use it for government purposes, for travelling to work sites and households, for inspections and compliances concerns, and another example would be purchasing vehicles for police and medical purposes.
This strategy map is used to illustrate the strategic direction of the organization, and looking at the strategy map, we can see that it's focused on low cost and cost-cutting goals in order to achieve the low initial cost strategy. And there is a focus on internal processes as this is where most of the cost cutting will be achieved. The financial perspective is an indicator to shareholders on how well the company is doing. The metrics that are focused on are asset turnover, gross margin, return on assets, return on equity. Over the 4 years, there's been an improvement in all sectors, especially on return on equity, which changed from 2.95% to 12.05%. We've also managed to increase our share prices from $40 up to $105.47 by the end of the 8 periods. Although customer objectives are not the main focus of the strategy, Delta Signal Corp still incorporates some customer-based initiatives to ensure customers have contracts with price protection. Customers would recommend the company, and economy customers ranking the company as a low-cost supplier. These objectives have seen an increase with investments from the initiatives. Although reputation for standing behind quality is selected as an objective, it is realized that this objective is more suited to other strategies, and no initiatives were invested in improving this metric. Internal processes is the main focus of this strategy and where most of the money was invested. Here, Delta Signal invests in initiatives to cut costs, make processes more efficient to save money, with administrative outsourcing program, BSC budgeting, inventory reduction program, and process efficiency initiatives were invested in all 8 periods, amongst other initiatives. Learning and growth initiatives were selected to help align the companies with their objectives, increase efficiency in the company to reduce cost, balanced scorecard communication programs, company-wide JIT learn training initiatives, and IT upgrade activity-based cost systems were the main investments. Eliminating product defects and improving low-cost sourcing employees' skills were not proven to be suited for this strategy as well. Now on the issues and recommendations. There are 2 strategic issues that can be found related to Delta Signal's sustainable competitive advantage. One of them is the unoptimized balanced scorecard, and the other is long-term sustainability of the low initial cost strategy. Through the analysis of the balanced scorecard and metrics for simulation, it can be concluded that the low initial cost strategy is working but is not optimized. Therefore, there is room for improvement. In the balanced scorecard, there are objectives that are not in alignment with the strategy and do not contribute to initial success of the 8 periods. Money was allocated to some initiatives that were not helpful to the strategy, such as low-cost source training, and as a result, the strategy loses efficiency. For the next 3 years, Delta Signal should look closer into the balanced scorecard and to optimize it, putting in objectives fit for the strategy, as well as investing on the right initiatives that add value to the company with the strategy. Although the low initial cost strategy has proven to be effective so far, long-term sustainability of the company may be an issue as global trends shift towards environmentally friendly products, such as oil prices rises while environmental concerns also rise. In the next 3 years, Delta Signal Corp should look into an outside-in market adaptation strategy to try keep a sustainable competitive advantage by investing into existing technologies for electric and hybrid cars. With 2 major competitors of Delta Signal Corp already invested into such technologies, it would make sense for Delta Signal to also invest to stay competitive for the long term. Delta Signal should gain their competitive advantage by entering this segment not as an innovator, but as a low-cost supplier by using the low initial cost strategy with existing technologies.